Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Foxy98 here. Welcome back to a brand new video for you guys today here on the channel. Today we're here for another episode of my F1 2019 career modes here for the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And as you can see, we managed to get all of our upgrades onto the car for today's video. So we've got a nice big package that has arrived. You can see how much we've closed the gap now at the front. You can see we've got the major weight reduction on the car, major front downforce, and also a major rear downforce upgrade. So 3 major upgrades, which is massive for us. And as you can see now, out of nowhere, Toro Rosso have all of a sudden got a better power unit than us for some reason. We're now a long way off in the chassis, but now the 5th best car. So that's something that we can take a look at there in terms of our performance. And the aerodynamics department, we're now behind the top 3 teams, and we've overtaken Renault. So yeah, a good chunk of upgrades that have come onto the car, but still, it's good for us. This is what we needed. We needed to try and keep on pressing onwards and try and get the best out of what we've got, and that's what we're doing. So yeah, really pleased to see all that come on through. And as you can see, I'm just sort of having a look through. At this stage, I'm sort of seeing what parts of the car I was going to start upgrading next, but obviously I'm going to get into practice and I sort that out, and that's exactly what we did. Moving on though into qualifying, and I was hoping for good things here at Baku, but I decided to go for one run in this session, same as China, but I decided to do my one run at the end, so it didn't look a little bit, terrible. But I mean, I was 2.4 seconds off after the 2 sectors, and as we breeze down the straight now, I'm actually mostly helping Gasly here by giving him a massive tow, because you see he's closing the gap on me here. My gearbox was worn at this stage, and we set a lap time, which was absolutely sensational. It was P20 on the grid. Probably the best I think I've ever done in my career mode series. I was really happy with the pace. No, it was absolutely terrible. Lando got through into Q2. Me, though, I mean, if you look at the gaps, though, like 2.4 seconds off the pace, like, I had nothing on anyone. Weirdly, in the final sector, I was actually fast enough. I think if I didn't tow Gasly, he probably would have been knocked out into Q1, so you can thank me for that, Pierre. We beat the rivalry to Lando Norris, which is kind of something, but I guess if we finish any higher than P20, then we've made some progress. Now, when I was doing practice, the race pace looked absolutely amazing. The qualifying pace was terrible. So I don't know if I do it in this race, but because I'm starting last, yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to go ahead and just get a whole brand new power unit in and a new gearbox. Because why not? I'm starting last. I might as well give myself extra engine components for later on in the season when I hope to compete for consistent podiums and race wins. So let's do that then. Let's change everything. Let's take 65 place penalty and go to the race.
And a warm welcome to you from Azadlik Square, heart of Baku and home, of course, to the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. With high speeds, tight corners and few runoff zones, many are expecting a safety car here today, so our drivers will have to stay very much on their toes and hopefully away from the barriers. With 20 turns and a length of 3.7 miles, Baku City Circuit in the heart of the Azerbaijan capital is a real test of a driver's endurance, patience and precision. 90-degree corners through Sector 1 lead into a tightening uphill sprint as we start to circle around the old city. Then a 1.4-mile chase flat out through Sector 3 towards the finish line. Anthony Davidson joins me today as we look ahead to something just a little bit different. It's quite high speed for a street circuit here, isn't it? Do you think that's going to throw up any unexpected situations?
Well, as long as the teams can keep everything cool, I don't foresee any particular big issues from a technical side of things. I do expect the track to be quite slippery though. We've not exactly had much chance to rubber in the surface. Any street circuit also comes with its own challenges, so I think we'll be seeing a few mistakes here and there. The smart strategy would be to expect a safety car, I think, especially early on when the pack is bunched up.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Perez, Lucas Faber and Butler, Verstappen, Russell, Stroll and Pierre Gasly, Grosjean, Hulkenberg, Carlos Sainz and Magnussen. Norris, Leclerc, Alexander Albon and Kimi Raikkonen. Thomas and Antonio Giovinazzi starts from the back of the grid. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track.
Okay, so we're on the grid here to start the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We're going to go into the medium tyres and then switch to the hard tyres, do a one-stop strategy in this race. And as you may have seen, actually, from the grid then that Crofty was announcing, I qualified last, taking a 65-place grid penalty, as you'll see now on the top of your screens. And I'm still starting in front of Giovinazzi. F1 logic. 5 red lights then, and here we go then. It's lights out. Where we go here to start the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Good start there from the Renault car of Sergio Perez up front there. Getting a nice getaway for us though. Be nice and careful on the inside as the Alfa Romeos make contact with each other there. That's going to really mess up with their race so far. Bit of damage there on the front wing. Charles Leclerc is actually quite far back here as we're trying to go up the inside of as many cars as we can. We've got past Lando Norris. I think we're out dragging one of the Haas cars there of Kevin Magnussen now. And we have got past one of the Renault cars. And also my teammate there, Lando Norris, who's obviously qualified a little bit far down as we go around the outside here. Oh, Magnussen's made contact there with us. He's hit the wall very tight to the inside there, and he's just gone into the side of us there. And that's cost him his front wing, and that's really going to hold him up, and as well the other drivers behind. So now we're going to see if we can try and find a way past Hulkenberg and the Toro Rosso. No, not quite. Let's be patient now. And this is the middle sector whereby literally overtaking is damn impossible. So we just need to now stay alongside. You can see I'm sort of just having a little hovering, having a bit of a look. Not really going to go for an overtake though, because it's just not compliant right now as we go up in towards the castle section. The most difficult but most satisfying piece, if you can really get it right there. And you can already see that we're opening up a gap behind now, thanks to the damage from Magnussen's front wing. But I believe Sergio Perez there is going to try and attack him later on as we get a beautiful camera angle there of us flying through in towards this next corner now. And close to the back of the Toro Rosso now of Hulkenberg. But as you can see, just gently following along. I think Magnussen there, I think he's just hit the wall for a second time. He has got damage, obviously. So understeer is going to be not working for him, but I think he hit it twice. We've got a clean gap now behind us, so we don't need to worry about them behind us. We fly through now this high-speed left and right hand. There's some beautiful shots there as we now go onto the straight here to complete the first lap of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Not the best, well, I wouldn't say not the best. A decent start for us as Charles there is in the back of the slipstream of the Red Bulls. We've got a Red Bull and also Charles very close behind now as we just breeze on the straight. Look at everyone trying to go for some overtakes here. Meanwhile, we're just being patient now. We've got Hulkenberg and also Magnussen fighting up front here. So I need to just try and delve into the scraps, basically, and take my time as it's Pierre Gasly that got overtaken by Charles Leclerc. Great exit on from turn 2 there is. So you can see, I think K-Mag has stopped for a new front. Is it Magnussen or Grosjean? I don't actually know which Haas car I'm fighting at the moment. I think it's Grosjean that's got the damage there. Who am I fighting? I don't know who I'm attacking. It's Grosjean. Okay, so Magnussen stopped for a new front wing. We're now, however, trying to stive our way. We just literally push Grosjean a little bit through the corner, but we get the extra traction, and we've just got past the Toro Rosso of Hulkenberg now, up into 13th place after starting 19th. That's 6 places gained. That'll do for me. On to the end of lap 2 now to start lap 3. We're closing up to Grosjean, who's also on medium tyres. We need to get past him because we're obviously doing the same strategy by the looks of things. And obviously, I don't want to be stuck behind the Haas. So let's get on with it now as we fly through towards the long motorway now here on the Azerbaijan, and we're going to go towards the inside line here on Grosjean. Doesn't really matter which way we go because we'll breeze past the Haas car anyway. We've got a better power unit than the cars. Hulkenberg now is going to go for another attack here. I have to cover the inside line ever so slightly. I saw Hulkenberg make that move, and the AIs, they're a bit unpredictable this year. They can really go for some super duper dive bombs, so I didn't want to get caught out by that, so I decided to cover off the inside line here. Meanwhile, we've got Verstappen and Gasly in 10th and 11th place in the Red Bulls. This is quite unusual. Yeah, they're not really making the progress at the moment. And for us, we are making the progress, catching these two. And we're using our ERS and fuel very, very well here. And in fact, let's go for an attack on them now. We go to overtake mode here. And you can see now Verstappen there is under pressure. We've now got DRS here. Both of us have got DRS. In fact, I don't know if Gasly's got DRS. He does have it, but it's just a little bit too little. We now go into the force of Verstappen wide a bit now. Use the slipstream on Gasly. Go for the inside of Verstappen. Swap it to the outside then for Gasly. Fantastic double overtake there on both the two Red Bull cars. Switching from left to right to make the move stick. Next up the road is the Racing Point of Stroll. And then we've got the two Williams cars of Lucas Weber and also George Russell. Yeah, the two Williams cars. Well in the points. Awkward, I know. Right, lap 5 of the Grand Prix now. But for us, though, we haven't quite cleared Pierre Gasly, who is on the medium tyres as well, funnily enough. So he's on the same strategy as me as well. Now we're in a bit of trouble here because he's all over the back of me here. Goes towards the inside line, fakes that. Goes towards the, sorry, he was on the outside line. Faked towards the inside line now. And as we make the long charge down the straight here, I've still got DRS, though, mind, on Lance Stroll in front. Perez now is going for an attack here on Verstappen behind in the Red Bull. We now go towards someone. Gasly tries it down the inside line, but we can cover that one off. And Perez, meanwhile, is going to make the move on Verstappen. As for us, though, we're just holding on with the DRS from Lance Stroll ahead. Speaking of Lance Stroll, we're now onto the back of him here. He goes very defensive in towards the second to last corner here, and actually literally push him through. I didn't quite get the switch back on the way I would have wanted to. We get a fantastic helicopter cam here of us absolutely breezing through now the high-speed section. You see, we've got myself, we've got Stroll, myself, then we've got Gasly right on the back of me, then we've got Sergio Perez in the Renault. But you can see, look at the straight line speed that we've got compared to the Red Bull, because we're closing up to Stroll faster than Gasly is onto us. Stroll has got DRS though, but we're also going to use some of our DRS and also as much engine mode as we possibly can to make this move stick here, and we go down the inside here on the racing point, and that's us now up into, I think it's 8th place? 9th place, okay. So 9th. We're into the points though. Next up the road are the two Williams cars of Weber and Russell, who keep scrapping for position. They keep swapping around, and meanwhile with these two Williams cars, funnily enough, actually, Weber is also on the same strategy as me. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but Lucas Weber in a Williams car, which is still terrible, is the leading medium tyre runner. Yeah, that's a bit of a shock to say, but I've kind of got plans to change that as we open up the DRS now very shortly. There it is, and now we can try and attack here. We should be able to get past George Russell. He doesn't have DRS. Weber does though, so I can tuck into the slipstream here. Russell actually blocks me off there, just tries a bit of team tactics there from Williams as they tried to box me in slightly, but it didn't work. I still got past George. Now I'm right onto the back of Lucas here, and just got to bide my time, and eventually I will get past. And as you can see, that's exactly what we've done. It's a great exit here on the straight. We've got DRS here. Weber doesn't, and we now go to the outside line here against Lucas, and now towards this corner here, we can just take the outside line. Lucas goes tight onto the wall, clips the curb, and we get the position. Now we're up into 6th place now. There's a couple of drivers I think have made their stops here, and we've got Perez behind here. We've got Lucas in the back. No, we don't have Lucas in the background. We've got Bottas in the background there, who's managed to come out of the stops here, and he's now right behind us. He's on a brand new set of medium tyres. He's already set the fast lap race for us though. You can see I've set 2 personal bests on this lap, so I've still got some performance in these tyres. And for Bottas though, I don't know what he's doing. He's sort of just hovering around, and then he's not wanting to go for move. Then he is. Now he's going to go for the overtake. You can see here that I've quite low on my ERS actually. I've been using quite a lot of it in this race. But for me now, I'm just going to stick with Bottas as much as I can, which won't be for very long, and go from there. Lap 16 of the Grand Prix now. We should have been into the pits at lap 11. Now, I haven't stopped for a reason. My tyres are fine. There's nothing wrong with them. You can see that I'm still going green in the first sector. I've still got really good pace on these tyres, so I'm now swapping my strategy. It was meant to be mediums onto hards. Now, I'm going to do mediums onto softs. And as you can see, as soon as I cross the start line, box in a slap to go for a new set of soft tyres to get to the end of the race. And that is the strategy call that I've gone with. I just think it's the right way to go. I could go onto the hard tyres and it would be fine. But I thought, let's just do something different. Let's get the soft tyres on. Because, you know, why not? Let's give it a crack. And you'll be able to see now. I don't know if I show my my tyre wear percentage. But, yeah, tyres were fine. So I'm going to come in. I'm going to get on a fresh set of the soft tyres. And as you can see, trying to attack the pit lane as much as we can here. Very close to each of the walls there. Funnily enough, though, Charles Leclerc is actually coming in for a new set of tyres himself. I don't know what... Charles going on to the hard tyres. What on earth is Charles Leclerc doing? We're on lap 18 of 26, and he's going on to hard tyres. I've now gone on to the soft tyres for a new stint. I might just be able to beat Charles Leclerc in this race if he's going to stay out that far. In terms of where I am facing my rivals, here's Lucas Weber now out of the pits here. And we're going to get the jump on Sainz. We're going to stay in front of him. Weber now is there. And obviously we were just in front of him before he made his stop. So we've got some great pace here now. Skipping a little bit further on to the end of the straight here. Well, we make that overtake stick. So that didn't really last very long. But yeah, look, Charles going to get stuck now behind Sergio Perez for quite some time here. And yeah, I'm a bit confused on this one. I don't know what was the reason for it. It was actually Russell that he stuck behind. So yeah, the two Williams cars. We should be able to get past Russell. We set the purple middle sector here. And also at this stage, with me going to the soft tyres, I am also going to try and press for fastest lap in the race as well and try and gain an extra point. But what has been so positive has been the pace. And now we're onto the back of Russell here. With DRS, we shouldn't really have a problem getting past him. What we might have some fun with is trying to see if we can close up to Charles Leclerc in the process. We're getting closer to the back of the Ferrari car. Russell's got the inside line. Charles going to block Russell off. Gives us an opening for turn 1. Brakes super late. Get around the outside. Goodbye, Charles Leclerc. That's the position done. And we're up into 6th place now in this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. And with the DRS giving me such a massive slipstream down the straight, I decided to use that and just go for fastest lap. And that's exactly what I did. I ran out of DRS, ran out of fuel, but it's a 141.0, new fast lap of the race, and we're trying to hunt down Sergio Perez, who is next at the road in 5th place for what will be a good point scoring finish. However, though, unfortunately, I mean, I did go very, very hard on my soft tyres, and the hard tyres for Charles Leclerc are starting to come into its own a bit. As my soft tyres are now degrading, the hard tyres are just starting to get better and better and better. Now I'm in a bit of a scrap here with Charles Leclerc. Fuel is a bit of an issue. ERS is okay. It could be better, though. And here goes Charles Leclerc then. He flies on through, so unfortunately I can't fight off Charles. But he's not quite far enough ahead. And even though my soft tyres aren't giving me absolutely everything, I can still barge my way through down the inside of turn 1. Sorry about that, Charles, but, you know, got to do what you got to do. Yeah, we're just pressing onwards now. Lap 25 of 26, 2 to go in this Grand Prix. The soft tyres now have pretty much getting to their limit now. Those hard tyres, like I said, they could probably go another 10, 15 laps, though. Charles gets past us here on the second to last lap of the Grand Prix to start the final lap of the Grand Prix. Charles Leclerc gets that move done, but he's still hogging the inside line there, and he's going to give me the opportunity to actually go for the inside. He actually moved very, very early to go back onto the racing line, and that gives me the position there. But that might have just bit me in the backside, because onto the last lap of the Grand Prix now, I'm pushing really hard. Hamilton has won the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. We're still closing on Perez and also one of the racing points. But unfortunately, I just don't have the pace to keep Charles Leclerc back here through this final section now. Charles gets very, very close here. I'm going to go towards the outside line, try and fend him off a little bit there. A little bit of contact maybe between myself and Charles. Literally kissing wheels right now, trying to give him as minimal space as possible. It's not enough, though. It's going to be 7th place in the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. Funnily enough, actually my worst race so far this season, and I scored P7, which still isn't terrible, and I got the fastest lap as well. So, I mean, overall, like, let's face it, like, the pace was terrible in qualifying, but all things considered, we had a very, very strong race pace. The tyres were what was the biggest thing. On those medium tyres, I was just able to just go long in that stint, and it allowed me to have some fun on the softs in the end. Maybe I could have beaten Perez, and also Devon Balsack, I think it was in the end, if I did the hard tyres, but I don't think I passed them in the race at all. So really, it was sort of a lose-lose. And in fairness, I know I lost to Charles Leclerc, but I only scored 1 less point because I did get the fastest lap. So I think it's a really great race. You know, we started 19th, and we gave it a good go. And compared to last year, where we just retired from the race after like 10 laps because we were terribly slow, and I also hit the wall, I'll take it. In the Drivers' Championship, we're 14 points back from Lewis Hamilton, who now leads the way ahead of Valtteri Bottas. So, funnily enough, we are still in the championship hunt at the moment, albeit the Mercedes stepped it up a notch today, and I was given a big dose of reality. Constructors' Championship-wise, yeah, Mercedes are running away with it this year. Ferrari were the ones last year, but this time it's Mercedes out of everything that took everything from us. So, yeah, I think we're going to get an interview with Claire.
Good day today. Let's have your take on it. You really cut your way through the field today. What was your strategy?
It was actually, I mean, the power unit was sensational.
Do you think that your close rivalry has helped you out this season?
Lando Norris is doing crap this season. He's not exactly helping.
You're beating all expectations. Would you say we all underestimated?
Yes, you did.
It looks like you've invested heavily in the development of new parts.
I mean, in fairness, we have done, but we're still quite a long way off at the moment, and a lot of teams really are pushing us.
Great. Well, that's everything.
Well, there we go then, guys. That's going to wrap it up for this episode of my F1 2019 career mode. For some reason, once again, I beat Lando Norris in the rivalry, but now all of a sudden I have to go back down a point to then go back up a point. However that works, but I've not yet lost to Norris. And I do believe we've actually got a contract negotiation for this race. So I need to see what the team is offering. We've got 500 team goals though, so we've got 1,000 resource points. We've got 1,800 resource points, so we are going to put that into full effect in this episode. And you can see now the reputation for all teams is going up, which is nice. So, contract negotiation time. Let's see what we can do. Starting the contract off. As you can see here, they wanted level 2 on race bonus, level 3 on upgrade speed, so I changed that out. So I went with level 3, level 3, level 3, level 3. In the qualifying, I went down to about P13. In the race, I went with 9th, and the driving goals, I went for hard, which was just a little bit over what they wanted. So I decided to increase the qualifying to 11th and then that to 9th, and that was enough. So we're maxed out on absolutely everything, and also we still got our first driver, and obviously we've got hard team goals, which is fine. I need to get that challenge in there. Upgrade-wise, though, we're going ultimate. We're going to get the ultimate engine upgrade on, hopefully for Canada, and that is a massive purchase there. We just got to hope that it comes. I want just some raw engine power. I just want to be quick in a straight line. That's what I love most about racing, is just being a beast in a straight line. So I'm going for the ultimate engine upgrade, and then obviously that is going to wrap up for today's video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video. If you have, feel free to drop it a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel as well, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care all. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.